Bill Maher debates the most liberal podcast on all the issues and has rather conservative takes. All right, let's jump into it. So Bill Maher was on a
Pod Save America.
Pod Save America, is that what it's called?
Yep.
And he's been interesting because he has a lot of different views that are seemingly becoming more and more conservative, but I don't think they're becoming more conservative. I think the left is going crazier.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so regular guys like Bill Maher, who's like
Regular
a raging
liberals.
atheist liberal from 15 years ago,
Yeah.
are finding more alignment with the center right than they are with anybody else. So this is fascinating. Let's jump into this.
They did that in schools? I don't. But I think in enough of them, in enough far left places, they did constantly have this idea in the minds of children that maybe you're not in the right body. I mean, the New England Journal of Medicine advocated for taking off of a birth certificate, I believe. It was like you're assigned sex.
Assigned sex of birth.
Assigned.
Yeah.
You're assigned.
I think that's right.
I was assigned it by my dick, okay, when I was born. Yes, and again, to tell kids it doesn't always have to be and isn't always the default setting, but that's a different mentality than they put in the minds of kids. And
Okay.
that's why
All right. You know he's going to get dismissed as phobic for this, right?
Yeah.
Right
That's
away.
crazy.
That's our phobia.
And the host was like, yeah, and
That's
that's right.
Oh my
Ugh.
gosh, bro. Go ahead.
You could hear the estrogen leaking out of his mouth.
this debate goes on. And the fact that you think, or a lot of people on the left think that even if you just have this debate, it makes you a bigot, you just have to roll over. That was, you asked about the Biden administration. That was their position.
Oh!
If you even question this, you're some sort of a bigot. And this
pause
is new.
Pause it.
Unbelievable.
And that is how you got the second Trump administration. Because even the debate,
Yeah.
hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. Hey, this sounds off. Hey, I don't know about that. How about this? I don't know about locking up pro-life activists who are mothers with newborns
Hello.
for something they did years ago that there were no charges filed, but all of a sudden there's a witch hunt for them.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? So all you guys that are mad that Trump is president, listen to him because he's telling you exactly why Trump is president.
Come on.
This is why he's president.
Yep.
What was the most effective ad? Again, I'm not a big Trumpster. We just made a video a couple days ago disagreeing with Trump. What was the most effective ad in the Trump campaign? Do you remember what it was? And they ran in the swing states. It was Harris out of her own mouth saying she wanted to give free transition surgeries
To the
to
immigrant children.
migrant inmates, not children, migrant
Inmates.
Wow. Out of her own mouth.
Yeah.
That was the most effective ad. So I hate to break it to you, but he's right. The moment you can't have a discussion and disagree with on the left about this sort of stuff, you're dead.
Hello.
You know? And so I think we need more Bill Mahers to say this sort of stuff.
Yep.
Not that I'm a raging liberal or a leftist. They just need to bring some balance sometimes. I'm not mad at balance.
We need a bit more competition next time.
Yeah.
Science, and it has to do with children, and it's not going to look good in the future, that position.
Can I just respond to something?
Now you can.
Now I can respond? All right. Can
I
you
gotta
just all right. Let's just
I
do,
said
there's
my
a lot.
piece.
You definitely said your piece.
Just say your bullshit.
Just stay for 1 second.
Okay, I'm kidding.
Unbelievable.
I'm kidding.
All right, no, I know. Okay. A lot of things there. First of all, oof.
He has to gather himself. He has to, I need an emotional breather.
Yeah, there's been a lot of violence in this past 3 minutes
There's been a
towards
lot.
my
Yes.
my close friends and family, and a moment of silence for all the violence. Okay, let's get into it.
This is going to sound confrontational. For a long time, people said, older people are recruiting kids to be, and they wouldn't really be because they were being recruited, they were being groomed, that they were being drawn. That was their conservative position. The Christian right position for a long time was the reason you don't want to have teachers is they're going to recruit. That the lifestyle is going to look so enticing and so exciting.
Hold
that it's
on. I mean,
You seen the race lately?
double
It's like 10x.
from one generation, double.
It's a lot. 25% of Gen Z identifies as LGBTQ
it's like
plus.
1 out of 4 or 1 out of 5.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
Sounds like a great prediction.
yeah, even if you're going by it's natural, look at it in animals. Animals behave this way.
Yeah.
Not at these rates.
Yeah, not these rates.
We are superseding the animal rates. So, and by the way, that argument is so dumb because some animals also eat their own kids.
Yeah, dolphins rape each other.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a little too graphic. I thought my point of animals eating their own was enough, but you went holy moly.
To bring these poor defenseless boys.
Sounds like a defense for Andrew Tate.
Even the dolphins do it.
Mostly boys, into the gay lifestyle and destroy their lives. But of course, that wasn't true. Really, all teachers were an example.
Right. Yeah.
Look,
which then doubled the rates?
Yeah.
Like, even if we're going off of the secular genetic, certain percentage of animals are predisposed, it's not 25%.
Yeah.
So what happened? There was a social contagion that became trendy. It became a part of a community that you got to be a part of, and you got a flag, and you got a parade, and you got to be a part of an in-group.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you get to go talk to the teacher after class and open up to them about the things you can't tell your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And they're here for you.
Mm-hmm.
A few examples of people getting older and realizing that they shouldn't have transitioned. That happened. It's real. That's real.
Yeah, more than a few.
But there are also really important surgeries that people get for their heart, and they go wrong, and somebody dies. And nobody says we must stop the cardiologists. No one says we must stop the surgeons. We say, let's...
That's your analogy?
Well, my analogy is only that... Wait, let me finish.
I'm just...
Finish?
Yes.
Is it my turn to talk?
No. You're right.
And what you say is...
He goes, wow, that's your analogy? I mean, even Bill Maher
Wow.
is smelling the stink in this conversation.
Go ahead.
Let's make sure that this version of it is being practiced well. We don't get rid of the specific surgery. We don't throw out a whole field of medicine. We say, let's make sure we're doing it in a way that's healthy. The science, the research, all right, makes clear that, yes, there are exceptions. Yes, there are people practicing it in ways that maybe go too far. But for the most part, study after study shows that gender-affirming care saves... Wait, I'm talking. It's my turn. I was so quiet for so long after I interrupted a few times.
But okay.
But once I stopped talking, boy, I was good at it. And that gender-affirming care saves a lot of lives. And the truth is, we talk about these edge cases, talk about athletes, talk about locker rooms, but for the most part, what we're talking about is a very small group of people that just want the opportunity to live and express themselves.
Well, here's the thing.
Study after study shows that, Ruslan.
Here's the thing. Let's just I think there's a lot of problems with what he's saying, but let's just concede all that.
Okay.
Let's just concede all that. Let's just say he's right. Here's the thing that I think when you start with the premise that people are generally good and they generally are aligned with the good of other people.
Okay.
And the only thing that makes people bad is the outside world, the system, fill in the blank, capitalism, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then your paradigm is going to be, well, yeah, there's most people, right? The issue is he's not factoring in. Now, let's just concede all of that, which I don't, but hypothetically. That doesn't mean, but if you're starting with the reality that people aren't generally good, that people are broken and sinful, one, that makes me question almost everything he said. Because if you can be distorted and have body dysphoria and you be 90 pounds but think you're fat, we don't entertain that because it's not objectively true.
Hello.
Now, the flip side of that is, let's just say there is people who will abuse this. Let's say there are really people that are dealing with this and that is the solution for them. You don't think that wicked people with broken hearts and are sinful and want to actually bring harm to, you don't think they'll cosplay as a woman to get a medal because they sucked as a male athlete? So you don't think people will exploit that?
Hello.
You think everybody's motive is, I just want to feel right in my body and be called the right pronouns? Just sheer volume, there has to be a certain number of people that will abuse that. And that abuse does bring harm.
Yeah.
That abuse does bring harms. So even what he's saying is false because we believe the heart is deceitful. That the idea that no one will abuse this is just asinine. And we're seeing it, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing this happen in hundreds, almost 1,000 medals that should have went to biologically born women went to men.
Yeah.
That's not a small feat. Like, that's a lot. The Occupy Till I Come 60-day devotional is back in stock. This is taking you through the entire narrative of the scriptures in 60 days with custom daily devotional prompts. So what you're doing is you're spending 35 days in the Old Testament, 25 days in the New Testament, going over all the major stories. There's additional reading for you to go deeper if you want to go deeper on the stories. And you can get them right now bundled up with a virtual ticket to our Bless God Summit. Bless God Summit is coming up March 27th, 28th, 29th in beautiful Southern California. My favorite podcasters, apologists, pastors, preachers, entrepreneurs, all in the same room. Day 1, we're talking about apologetics. Day 2, we're talking about virtue. Day 3, we're going out into the marketplace and being the hands and feet of Jesus. This is going to be a wonderful event. And what you could do is you could actually get the devotional bundled with the virtual ticket for only $65. So go to blessgodshop.com, get yourself a 60-day devotional. I promise you the feedback on these has been crazy. You will love it. Designed by my guy, Josh Nadeau from Sword and Pencil. The beautiful artwork, okay? So go to blessgod.shop, get yours now, okay? Mean the world to me.
And there is a war on that group of people from the right to make salient extreme cases, edge cases, not for the purposes of stopping those, but for doing what the Trump administration is doing.
No. There's nothing. There's no war.
Yeah.
The war is leave my kids alone.
Hello.
Stop putting this stuff on the curriculum. Stop saying that you have to have civic studies in 2nd grade, which is what the big riots.
I never thought Honda was that bad.
Oh, oh my gosh. It's like, what is this dude talking about? That was the fight in Glendale with the Armenians.
They pulled up.
That were like, yo, you're not going to tell me I can't opt my 1st grader or 2nd grader out of history or civic study.
Yeah.
Right? That's the issue. The issue is not, hey, you're a grown up and you want to dress how you want to dress and you want to cut off good body parts and potentially never experience certain things. Fine. I don't do you.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong. And I think you have mental health issues. And I think you need treatment of a different kind, different type of care. But the issue is when it started sliding into the curriculum, when it started getting into the zeitgeist that if you even question someone's gender identity, you are a bigot.
Hello.
That's when people said enough is enough. And I think not retelling and not having an accurate view of this is causing the left massive damage. Go ahead.
Which is stopping all gender-affirming care altogether and making people nervous when they have to pee at the airport, right? Which is the end result of all of this.
Of course, that's awful, and I agree with all that, except the part about the studies. There was a very big story this year. It was in the front page of the New York Times. A woman, I forget her name, and she had done, like, it was a 10-year study, did not release it on purpose because she said it would weaponize the argument from the other side. So
we covered this on the channel, that it wasn't, they did not see net positive benefit in terms of gender affirming care. The UK has already cracked down on this super hard.
Who's way more liberal.
Way more liberal.
America.
Right. And so as they're looking at the studies, they're saying, no, it's actually not good. And you're starting to see more and more people on the left say, no, this is not healthy. This is not good.
In other words, it came out not the way you wanted the study to come out.
That's right.
Yeah. Not what you said, that it's, all the studies show that. No, it is a mixed bag. That's true.
Okay.
Some people, yes, it's the right thing. But to take that risk.
Once a lib, still a lib.
Well, to take that risk with children who can't consent to anything else but this.
Hello.
At that age,
crazy.
Before you know shit about anything.
Right.
Yes, sometimes it's pretty obvious that this should, it's a very hard call to make. And again, this was a very long study, very thorough, and they wouldn't release it because it came out with the wrong conclusion.
The reason because it is a hard question, because it is a serious question.
Right.
It is a personal question. I don't want Donald Trump deciding. I want parents and doctors.
Well, you just said parents can get shut out.
Well, I don't think parents should get shut out. There are rare exceptions to that. Look, we all believe that parents should have
rare exceptions. There's been multiple parents that have lost custody because they wouldn't use preferred pronouns.
I mean,
Like, that's the
should
thing.
there ever be an exception to that? A rare exception?
No.
There should never, like, if there's one rare exception, should not be it.
Go ahead.
the decisions over their children. But we also recognize that some parents do such a bad job that the kids are in danger. That happens outside of countries. That happens all the time. It's terrible. Some parents are terrible. But somehow the fact that there are terrible parents in the world gets erased on these questions. Do I think that schools should, as a baseline, be keeping a secret from parents? Of course not. No one thinks that.
Well,
no one thinks that.
No. There's a lawsuit in the Escondido School District, middle school kids, where the teachers in Escondido, this is where you live, Zach.
Yep.
The teachers are suing the district because the district is giving them two different policies. One policy is keep integrity. That's the official rule book. Don't lie to the parents. Integrity, honesty. The other policy is you have to use their preferred pronouns at school with them.
Yep.
And their preferred names. And when you're talking to their parents, you need to use their at-birth pronouns and their at-birth names. That's a lawsuit happening down the street.
Hello.
So yes, there are people that believe that. The teachers sued the school district because they said, you're making us break the policy of integrity and honesty with these parents.
Hello.
Like, that's happening here. So miss me with the no one wants that. No. There's actual people that want that. There's actual people in positions of power with institutional regulatory abilities to do this sort of stuff.
Come on.
Go ahead.
That's not true. People do think that.
Yes.
And there is no perfect answer to this. It's as many nutty questions, the least bad answer.
And the least bad answer is to not let the government decide from above. It's just to leave it up to people and parents and the kids and the doctors, right? You want the government to ban gender-affirming care for kids?
You want to lose every election. Just keep coming down on the side of parents coming in second in a who gets to decide what goes on with my kid contest.
One time for our favorite liberal,
Come on.
Bill Maher.
Come on.
Yes, I want the government to ban it all. How about that? I think we should ban it all. I think we should. As there, look up real quick, just so that I'm accurate on this. Look up UK. Did the UK ban it, or they highly restricted it? Because if the UK banned it, yeah, Britain bans puberty blockers for minors. I want them banned the same way they did in the UK. How about that? In Britain.
Yeah,
how about that?
That's a very nice,
why is that unreasonable?
Minimal. Yeah.
Right? Don't give children
Hormones.
Medication that can permanently chemically castrate them.
Yeah, and also just change the development of their brain. I think that's also a really crazy part. Is that like you don't think that? I mean, you don't think that like putting hormones in a kid's body is going to drastically change how their brain develops? You're insane.
Yep. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please be sure to comment below and subscribe and all that good stuff. And check out this other video that YouTube seems to be recommending just for you. Let me know if they nailed it. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.